What is up, guys? Flossy Missiles here. In today's video, we're finally gonna weld these doors shut. I'm gonna pull off this rear bumper, hopefully get a seat mounted, and a bunch more things. But first, we're gonna take this bumper off and this Super JDM tow hook. So I'm sitting here trying to take this thing off at the impact. I'm like, why won't this thing break loose? Dude, these knuckleheads welded it on. It's welded on right here. Oh, that's annoying, so I gotta cut that off then.
Next level.
So I just drove this thing up onto these stands and I got looking underneath of it. Look at the size of that gas tank. Dude, this thing is like huge. It goes from basically wheel to wheel. The actual measurements are 29 inches by 34 inches. And I gotta deal with a little cutout for the exhaust in the middle. But yeah, that's gonna be a huge plate to make. It's actually, that's not even gonna be enough. I'm gonna have to get some more plate to add on to that. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a template first. So I got my paper and my pins and scissors and whatnot, tape. We're gonna make a giant template of it before we cut it out on metal, and so everything should just bolt right up. I'm gonna have to make some weld supplies, some nuts onto the rear subframe, and then I'm gonna drill through the floor to mount it. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's the finished template for the fuel tank skid plate. Just gotta cut it out of metal now. As you can see, the template is much larger than the plate I actually have, so I'm gonna have to do a couple sections and weld them together. So I'm over here cutting out this piece so I can weld these together or whatever, and I cooked another Harbor Freight grinder. This is like my third one this year. They're only like 15 bucks, but it sucks when you're like mid-project and you cook one. Like when I was doing the ramp truck, I busted two of these things and look at, oh, it won't even turn on anymore. I'm just gonna have to break down and buy a good one, a DeWalt one or something. Just made it back from Home Depot. I don't know if you guys can take me serious with these new glasses or not. They look pretty ridiculous. I feel like a Paul Jr. from Orange County Choppers. But the reason I got these is because they have this like foam gasket on the inside. And I keep flinging sparks in my eyes, and I figure, I don't know, my eyes are worth $20 for safety glasses. I usually use these 99-cent Harbor Freight ones, which work good too, but they don't have the gasket around them. So here's my new grinder. Got this DeWalt. It's actually cheaper than I thought it was going to be. It ended up only costing 60 bucks. Yeah, I think it's 60 bucks. Let me unpackage it for you guys. Voila, there it is. New grinder. DeWalt. So this might be the most ghetto skid plate to ever exist, but it's in 5 pieces. Those are my leftovers from that sheet. That's all I have is those 2 little scrap pieces over there from that giant sheet. So yeah, I had to cut it up into different sections to make it all fit, but there it is. I gotta weld it all up now, all those giant seams, which is kind of unfortunate. And then slide it up in there, drill some holes in there, and then I'm gonna weld it straight onto the rear subframe with those 2 tabs right there. But yeah, this is pretty funny how ridiculous this is.
Next level.
And there it is, completed, the most warped and ghetto skid plate ever made. Busted out the wire wheel and cleaned off 2 spots on the subframe for me to weld the skid plate onto. So let's get that welded up, and I'm gonna bolt the front but weld the back. Okay people, she's done. She's not the prettiest, but she's a skid plate. There she is in all her glory. Protecting my gas tank. I ran 2 bolts up there. I don't know if you guys saw those, but I chopped them off all the extra threads, but that thing's super solidly mounted in there. Doesn't want to focus, but glad that's over with now. I don't have to go underneath this car again, hopefully. Alright, Dane's over here. He came by bearing gifts. Carly, check this out.
Wait.
Show her the sticker.
Okay.
The sticker is so awesome.
Oh wait, but it's in black too.
Isn't that so rad?
Can you get me one for my car?
You can probably take the white one. I'll use the black one for this
Okay.
car.
How can I have my car?
But aren't these so sick?
I love it.
Dane over here made it for him. He's the guy I'm
They're really
racing
cool.
against. And
the awesome hood. I just googled it and it came
I'm
up,
so stoked. Dane made us a bunch of stickers. He made Flossie Missile stickers. He made Trash Panda stickers. So it's gonna look rad on this thing. He also came by with the betting stickers. Well, Allie, let's see these betting stickers.
Okay.
So whoever loses has to put these stickers on their daily driver for like 3 days minimum, and we have to post about it. Like, all right, you know, I'm in front of Circle K. Check out my stickers, type of thing. Oh, it's kind of windy.
Can you see it?
Now let's go to the shade. We're gonna head to the shade really quick. All right, the first one is. I'll have to steal this from Dane's video. But you can see the dude's he's locked up in jail and he's got like 5 kids. And then we got the boner donor. I think that's a crowd favorite right there. All right, what the last one is? Cowboys' butts drive me nuts.
Yes.
So I'm really not trying to lose this race. I don't want to be, you know, hot riding
the
dirty.
last one, because neither you or I, like, that's not really our MO. Like, the guy that would put a boner donor sticker on his car is just a douche, next level. And I was like, I'd feel weird driving around with that on my car.
Yeah.
The other two, I'm like, I'll just pretend I'm like some thug dude out of jail or something. But the boner donor is just
So funny.
douchebag, dude.
Yeah, so I'm for sure gotta finish this. I got pretty much all the little stuff taken care of today. Like I showed you guys the skid plate and whatnot. But Dane just stopped by to deliver those gifts. Thanks a lot, man.
I was looking for stuff that was offensive to a point. I think we've accomplished it.
So the rules for this class is you have to have the doors bolted or welded shut. Same with your back hatch or whatever kind of rear hatch you have, or give a 4 door. You have to weld all 4 doors shut or bolt them. My idea is I'm gonna do kind of a mixture of both. I want to weld like a tab, like that goes from here to here, with a bolt running through it, and then a nut right here on the back side welded on with like a plate. And so I can still open and close the doors. If I ever decide to like full-blown cage this thing or do anything like that, I can still open the doors. And if the door ever gets hit really bad and I just want to replace the door, put a new door on there, all I got to do is just make that new little tab, and it'll, you know, it makes it much easier, I think, that way, having it welded and bolted. But you can ultimately open it just by taking the bolt out. So that's what we're gonna do. Like usual, I'm gonna clean this area up, make a little template, drill some holes, weld the backing plate, and then, yeah, you'll see. So here's the quick template I just cut out, and I traced it onto this piece of metal. I'll go ahead and cut one of these out for both sides. For this back one, I'm not gonna make any special plates or anything like that. I'm just gonna run this bolt and nut through it. Probably 2 washers on both sides too. No need to overcomplicate this one. So let's go ahead and start to get to drilling.
Next level. Next level.
But it's super easy to take off. All I gotta do. Voila. And then to put it back on, just the same thing. Screw it back in. Just wrapped up this other side. I also did the rear hatch you guys saw. So everything just comes out with a 19mm bolt, and the nut already stays in there. So really easy to open and close these things, but yet they're super secured on there. So if I get hit, they won't come flying open. Anyways, if you liked today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more car content. Thank you so much for watching.